Additional rewards for the elite bounty missions issues. We're also going to be talking about Crsytal Cleanse, some ending thoughts and some other things associated with it. Some stuff with the Titan Crystal being delayed this week as well. Let's get into the show, shall we? And a Titan Crystal is something that a lot of players are very interested in. With new champions going into that particular crystal, which I think is the one I'm saving up for. I think I'm right in thinking that this is for my chance of beta raid Bill or Enchantress. If not, that's coming later on this year. I might have got my timings a little bit wrong with that one, so I'll have to see when that gets updated. But it's actually being delayed, not ridiculously, because you probably look at it going like, well, it says 3 days, Rich. That points to when is it? That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? Is Wednesday for that new crystal as opposed to Tuesday? Tuesday always seems to be the day that these Titan crystals, or crystals in general, have this kind of rotation and change. And of course, we're all hoping for specific champions to enter into that particular pool. Kabam said the reason for that is, that, as I said here, is like just a quick heads up. We needed to delay the Titan pool shift and base pool update by 1 day. The timer on the crystal in-game has already been adjusted to reflect this new time frame. While we don't anticipate further delays, we'll follow up immediately if there are. Don't know what the reasoning for that was. Maybe there was a specific champion that was put in there that shouldn't be, and it had to be redone. Or maybe they didn't. Maybe there's something else amiss there, but hopefully it gives anybody an idea that was curious of why it's an extra day. Why is it a Wednesday, not a Tuesday, when it normally is? Now, a quick mop up on the Crsytal Cleanse. It's always interesting to see, like, how it's been for people. And this is, DNA 3000's image storyline, timeline of how things went with his openings, scores, and things he participated in order to get at least a decent position, which he did get a position of number 5 out of everybody, so that was pretty cool to see. There's also a really decent write-up which we're going to go over right now and just find out some few more details. So he does say yes, that obviously this is one of several posts right here, and the ranks for the potential of scores look like this. You can see the difference between position 1, which was 183,602 points, which I think we covered in an MCN on Friday, I want to say. Position 4 was 121,334. And then right down here, you can see like the difference of like what you needed to do. There's a 30k gap between position 9 and position 17, which of course is quite interesting. And then if you go to things like, I don't know, position 28, 60,100 crystals being opened versus, the 1257. Which is 15,541. If you're kind of putting it down to like the average player as to like what they were able to put in, which is kind of like 5,000 and down, then you can see 46,807th position for 5k crystals being opened right there. So it's always interesting to see like how the scores broke down for this. So of course I'm going to be paraphrasing a lot of this stuff because I want to cherry pick some things. If you want to go and check out and give it a full read, please do. And of course the big question, one of many questions, is so did Kabam set the bar too high? Well, it's a bit of a subjective judgment to say they set the bar too high, but what we can say with absolute certainty of the bar was reachable with the number of players we had and the huge amount of crystals that were almost certainly left on the table. The level of effort collectively required was very reachable, and without asking anything crazy from the player base, some of us went crazy, but most did not need to. They just needed to participate at a reasonable level. And again, that's the difficulty. People were either not going to open because they didn't want to open and they didn't want to see the extent within their stash, and that was one of the things that put them off this particular opening of an event. But in any case, it would have been a little bit easier. Whether or not Kabam opened up a load of those crystals as well, you may be kind of like wondering, was that a big thing as well? People had some very old crystals. Maybe they had stuff on old accounts that they didn't open. Maybe there's some accounts that are, maybe Kabam, the way of looking at it is like they've had, the player base is wider, but the activity, if that people are inactive on an account, were they actually opening stuff up? That would have been good if they were opening stuff up, but if they're not logging into the account, and if they are, once every, I don't know, month, so to speak, then that could be a lot of those crystals that are being left. not doing anything, and could have been helped out for this event. We just don't know. There's a lot of variables that we just don't know, and it would have been interesting interesting from us to go, well, there's about, there could be like there could be 1 billion crystals somewhere still not being open in Marvel Contest of Champions. But the thing is, people don't only log in once a month and go, oh, I'll just do something and then go on again, which again could be the scenario right here. Of course, it's kind of like it spills over to Battleground Blitz at the moment. DNA 3000 ends his post by saying, but the TLDR here, the people who said 1 billion was unreachable were wrong, and the people who looked at the numbers and said it was impossible, their math was wrong. And we thought that it was very much reachable, but it did need a collective effort for involvement, which, of course, another thing which was important. And that's something you can never bank on. You don't know how active a player base will be in it. You look at plenty of other games. There's a game that I've been playing, actually, before I became a Marvel Contest of Champions YouTuber. This channel was a World of Tanks and World of Warships channel. That's what it was. Then it changed to being MCOC orientated. But prior to then, that game, World of Tanks and World of Warships, is still going to this day. However, the player base activity can never be justified correctly. Funnily enough, their peak times or peak activity is always towards, say, I don't know, November, December. But that dips at times can be really high or really low. The same way it could be for here when it comes to involvement. You have to do the thing in game and get stuff as a result. But people aren't coming out for whatever reason. And that could be they're either busy with other things, they don't get any notifications and stuff, they don't follow any YouTubers, then of course we're into the scenario. But there is obviously positivity with the Battleground Blitz, which of course if you saw the video yesterday, you will know. DNA 3000 says it's almost certainly reachable, at least to the 1 billion milestone. The higher ones are almost certainly stretch goals and doesn't require superhuman effort to ridiculous spending. It just requires everyone to believe it's possible and do reasonable things to get there. And we can do that. And especially because Kabam have even said, oh, well, what we're going to do now is give you the Stark Foundation extra 100 mil points here or there, which is massive, by the way. That at least gives people the idea and opportunity that if we were going to hit, and we are going to hit 1 billion, as Kabam said, Crash has probably done the sums, he's probably looked at on a deathless piece time where you have to be active, has gone, okay, theoretically they can achieve X points. X points is 1 billion points. The Stark Foundation may be that extra 1 million this last week, 1 million this week, 100 million. 100 million on week 3, and the final week or final opportunity, like another kind of, like, I don't know, 200 million or something. And Kabam are trying to get us to 1.5 billion points, but they're going to help us get there. But we would normally get about 1 billion and a little bit above. So this is why it's important to be proactive in this, and it's definitely a positive end. But we didn't know that objective for Brian Grant would come. We don't know the future of, well, we do know that the future of the Kabam are trying to help us with Battleground Blitz. So there's some good things with this. I think it's definitely a learning curve for Kabam, and as I said, like the kind of idea that Kabam could do stuff with it comes to like leveling up champions, ranking up champions, and also with relic leveling up as well, maybe signature increases of champions as a realm event. I'm sure that you get a better point to community involvement type scenario, but that's another story for another day. So we're going to end the show on this story right here. The elite bounty seemed to have a bit of an issue. I should have covered this on Saturday, but I needed to have a little bit of a break in the evening because it was a very busy day. Trying to sort out my dad in IKEA for a new kitchen was a thing. Not going to go into what was like it, but it was a thing. Not particularly fun thing. So it's a bit of a stressful day, so I was playing a bit of games and stuff. Anyway, we had an issue on Saturday when the event went live. Go figure, on a Saturday, on a weekend when Kabam, not good on a Saturday. People were able to get and repeat rewards, but also they seemed to be like stacking completion and stuff. So let's kind of go over some things to kind of put people in the perspective if you didn't see it. So Ant says, trying to finish off the Nova path on the elite bounty side event, but the path won't progress to the last spot to finish out and claim the rewards. Just keeps showing disconnected. Anyone else having an issue? and yeah, other people were definitely having the same issue. So also it seems to be that the chests are exactly the same, and that I think clarify that for people that may be concerned that well, the thing about concern is like the repeating of rewards and the added extra benefit that people might experience. As I said, we're going to like talk about that right now and kind of go over some stuff, because I don't know what Kabam planned to do about it. So a dealing of it was, I don't know if this was here like the, that's German, and of course that's the disconnect message that people were seeing when it broke. Then there was a message from Kabam Rex. So Kabam, Karate Mike works weekends. That message read. And by the way, it was temporarily disabled. And as mentioned here, particularly about not opening rewards that you may have infinitely gained while was bugged, or if open, not upgrading any of the ill-found champions. It will be easier process of clawback those items. I don't know if people gained massively from this one. Anyway, this is from the announcement of this. So, as I said here, hey folks, just merged all the blah 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 blah. The team has identified an issue with the Elite Bounty side quest where players were stuck in a continuous loop to the final node while obtaining unlimited rewards. Unfortunately, the collector told me that the unlimited rewards just isn't allowed, so we had to disable the quest while we investigate the issue. As of now, we're hoping to have the Elite Bounty quest active by this upcoming Wednesday. I think it's already back up, but we'll check on some stuff in a minute. I haven't had a chance to do it yet, but it is what it is. And clawback excessive resources will likely need to happen because there's some spicy stuff in that. In order to make the clawback process as smooth as possible, it's advised that players avoid opening crystals upgrading champions claimed from crystals gained through the exploit. Complex clawback will require temporary account suspension while the process runs in order to prevent further account issues. Oh, that could really affect Alliance Wars. And maybe any other thing that's got time-sensitive nature to it. Ouch. Okay, damn. And yeah, I think this is the update that went out on late Saturday, my time, and it was maybe early time for Kabam. The team has identified a fix for the Elite Bounty side quest, and on their holiday weekend off, let's give a hand to the hard work the game team. I mean, yeah, let's great hand the hard work, but it's just a shame it has to happen in the first place. Also, I don't ever think it's a wise idea to launch anything in game at a weekend. There's a difference when it comes to, unless you've got manpower to fix it at a weekend if it goes wrong. It's like with, I thought this would be out, I don't know, like every Monday or Wednesday, or this was out on say Friday of last week, or it'll be out like on a Wednesday, and then it's like every other week or stuff, and it's your like last chance to go in. I don't know. Look, I don't work for Kabam. I don't understand their processes sometimes with this stuff. I would never launch anything in game on a weekend just in case anything went wrong, because, as we can see, something went wrong at the weekend, and yeah, you don't know if the thing is, you don't know if it could have been fixed ASAP or it could have been fixed. It would take a longer time to fix. As of now, the Elite Bounty quest should be active again. Investigations into potential clawbacks are ongoing, so the notion of in the previous post about excessive resource still stands, but as now, Bounty should be open and working as expected. Go get to hunting. Yeah, so it's working. Clawback for the exploit is going to happen, as the rewards that players were picking up were these ones right here. Some pretty sizable things. Some pretty sizable things right there. Titan crystals. Ultimate Titan crystal farming. Pfft, dude, that could have been major. I think this is also going to be major here. The banquet ticket. Gold, not so much, but depends how many people refarmed it. 7-star signature stones. Look, if you're in threat level 5, these obviously chonky enough. Other things, meh, not so much. You know, threat level 4. Whatever. Wow. crazy times. Also, I have seen a screenshot. I'm not going to show it because it doesn't make much difference, because Valiant players will look at it going like, oh, that's how much. This particular player repeated threat level 3 multiple times and picked up, I'm not showing it by the way, because it reveals, account information. But yeah, they were quite worried about what it would do, and it was about 22,000 6-star shards of farming. So it just gives you an idea of like, not too great with it. So yep, clawback will happen. Very, very spicy time over the weekend. Sorry I didn't do a video like right there and then, but I just want to have a little bit of a break. It's been a bit of a crazy time. Anyway, thanks for watching. What are your thoughts on some of the topics we discussed in the show today? I should have another video out later on, and some stuff that I'm planning as well. Some updates to the side quest guide, and all that lovely stuff. Thanks everybody for the massive support. I'll see you all soon. Much love. Bye.